Hello there everybody, Poke Trainer Xantha here, bringing you a Pokemon Online match. It's my first time narrating a match, so I'm gonna be a little rusty, but you know, it's all fun. So, I've been looking at the team, and I see that my Conkeldurr can hit most of them pretty well, especially since my Conkeldurr knows Ice Punch. So he goes out into his Landorus, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna go for Ice Punch, because when I play on this, I see people don't ever predict my Conkeldurr to have Ice Punch, so I just go straight for it. So I play it safe, go for another Ice Punch, you know, just to see what could happen. He switches out into Volcarona, but I do have Guts with the Flame Orb, so that did a pretty hefty chunk to him. So I decide to switch out into my Heatran because I'm predicting a fire move. I don't think he'd go for the Quiver Dance because I could have the Stone Edge and possibly kill it. So he does go for the fire move. Wow, I switch into my Heatran. I do get the Flash Fire boost. And so I decide to go to Lava Plume. Again, I could have set up Stealth Rocks, but I didn't find there was really a point to it yet. I go for it, hit the Terrakion hard. I wish I got that burn, but I didn't. It would have been really helpful for that Terrakion, but that Terrakion doesn't do too much except put up a layer of Stealth Rock later on in the match. So I go out to Gengar, predicting the Fighting type move, and there you go, there's the one layer of Stealth Rock. I go for the Focus Blast. Luckily I hit, because usually I have a bad time with Focus Blast. Hit, I'm happy, and he switches out into his Volcarona. Now my Gengar is Focus Sashed, so I just go straight for the Shadow Ball. I'm not fearing anything, and this is where he goes for the Quiver Dance. I guess he was predicting me to switch out, which is, I guess, is okay, but now my Shadow Ball can easily just go in and hit the Volcarona. So he went for Hidden Power. I don't exactly know what the Hidden Power was, but it may have been Ice or something like that. But I kill him, and she sends out Latios. Now I'm thinking this Latios is actually Choice Scarf, because he wouldn't send it in on a Gengar unless he knew definitely he could outspeed it. So I'm thinking it is Choice Scarf. So I switch out into my Rotom W, and he went for the Ice Beam. And I didn't think the Latios would use an Ice Beam, but I guess he was predicting me to switch out into Latios to take a move, like maybe, I don't know, Surf or something, I don't know. But I go for Light Screen as he switches out into Landorus, which I guess he was predicting me to switch, but I go for the Hydro Pump, and I do hit the Haxorus, almost down to 50%. So here I forgot that Haxorus had the Mold Breaker, so I went for the Will-O-Wisp while he went ahead for the Earthquake. I probably would have survived if I switched out into Landorus, which is what I was originally kind of thinking I wanted to do, but it's okay. So at this point I switched out into Landorus, and Conkeldurr, sorry, this match was a little while ago. So I just go straight for Ice Punch to scare him out. This was a questionable play. He sent out Landorus? I was like, okay, why would he do that? Because he knew I had Ice Punch, unless he was just bothering him off. But I'm pretty sure he could have still done something, maybe something decent. Goes out into Latios, and this time I go out into Gengar for Death Fodder. And that's what I decide to do here. I guess I just decided to save him, maybe see if he's Choice Specs, maybe, or Scarf. But I'm pretty sure he was Scarfed to begin with. And this is where I send out my Heatran. Because if he is Scarfed, he's just going to keep going for Draco Meteor, not doing much to Heatran anyway. So I do switch out into Heatran, and I go for the Stealth Rock, because I thought he was going to switch out, which was a very bad play on my part when I look back, because he did pop the balloon on the Heatran. I should have saw that earlier, but you know, whatever, looking back at matches you see that. So I just went for another Stealth Rock, but it failed, and at this point I was kind of like, oh, what am I gonna do? I go out into Landorus predicting the Earthquake, and I guess he did a really good play here, because I didn't see it coming, but he went for the Superpower. So I didn't see that coming at all, so I just decided to go for a safe Stone Edge, because if you switch down into Latios, I can still do a hefty chunk to it. He goes out to Latios, do good damage to it, and I'm like, okay, I know he has Ice Beam, I might as well switch out into Heatran, and I do. Went for the Ice Beam like I predicted, and this time I go for a Lava Plume, And this here I kind of got hacks on my side here. It may have mattered later on, but I got the burn and it killed the Latios. So next he goes out into his Haxorus, and at this point I switch because I'm predicting another Earthquake. So I go out into Latios instead because of the Levitate. And if I lose the Latios, it's not too big of a deal. And he went for Superpower again. So I know he's going to switch out because he just lost Attack and Defense. He's not going to want to stay in there at all. So I go for the Dragon Pulse as he switches down to Scizor. It did a good chunk to Scizor, even though I don't have any special attack investments in the Latios. So I actually decide here to go for the Recover instead of switching out. While he went for, I forget what he went for, Superpower. I guess he was predicting to switch for me to switch into my Heatran, which was a good prediction, but I decided to just stay in. Here, I should have gone for the Dragon Pulse because Psychic may not have killed the Haxorus, but I thought it did. And here I decided to go for the Recover. Now that thing is Choice Banded, because I just kind of guess it is, and Scizors are sometimes Choice Banded. There are Choice Banded sets out there. So in the end, I just decided to go out for Conkeldurr, because if he is Choice Banded, there's nothing he can do. Bug is not very effective to Conkeldurr. So I just decided to send him out anyway, and I do have the Guts boost, Hammer Arm, which has 100 power, Stab, it's 150. So it will kill this Scizor no matter what. So good game, PWO Fever. I'll see you guys all later, and if PWO Fever has a YouTube channel and somehow sees this, even though I'm new to it, hope he does. Alright, I'll see you guys later.